Hey Skyview, what's going on? It's Christos and it is May 18th, 2017. We got the SPY rebounding a little bit after yesterday's sell-off. We just zoom in a little bit. Very strong day for the SPY yesterday for sure. It was down like 1.75%. So it was definitely the biggest day of the year, once the end of the day hit. And they closed it on the lows like that, and you can see volume just soaring over the rest of the year's volume. So huge day in the market yesterday. I don't think we saw a big day like that since like September, October, November of last year. So it'll be interesting to see if that kind of changes the tone of this market, or if the bulls just kind of buy this dip as they are doing today. We're up around 0.40% for the day, so nothing huge, but definitely a small little rebound from yesterday. But as far as what we will see in the days and weeks and months to come, nobody knows. So it'll definitely be interesting, and we will be paying attention. The VIX declined a little bit today, contracting a little bit, obviously, with the up move, but right in this 14 handle, I mean, this is pretty nice right here. If we can get a VIX in this, 14 to 16 to 18 range, that's nice. It'll definitely present a lot of opportunities and kind of beef up IVRs across the board, and it'll make a lot of positions definitely attractive. For now, we're still kind of in that weird gray period where we have less than 30 days in that June cycle and over 60 days in that July cycle. So we're not being too aggressive putting on positions, but we do have to clean up our May positions. We just exited an FXE position, which was one of two left. Now we just have this EFA position. And this EFA was a very small $3 wide Condor for us. Only one contract, and of course only $3 wide. So that makes it, one of the smallest or smaller bets that we make in a cycle. And it was one of our losers this cycle. So that is exactly why we like to trade small. And we've been preaching a lot about trading small, especially with the VIX being at those historically low levels. Not right now because we got that sell-off yesterday, which popped the VIX up, but largely for the whole year, we've been in a very low volatility environment, and especially over the last month or so, and that caused us to trade a little bit smaller. So thankfully, and we were also very patient with our loser. We made around $50 back on this trade yesterday. So it was pretty much at around a max loss, which is close to $200, but making that $50 back yesterday only could have been done if we stayed patient with our loser. You can see we only have 1 day to expiration left. So if we had cut the loss, so to speak, if we had cut the loss last week or the week before, or as soon as it got away from us, we'd be cutting the loss $50 higher than where it's trading at now. So nice that we stayed patient with it, and we are just going to go ahead and close this out now and kind of think of yesterday as a gift. We were looking to see if we were going to get a little bit more follow through today, but we did not get that. If we just first maybe want to take a look at EFA, the chart of it, just to get a visual representation of what I'm talking about. Yesterday, big down day. From the close up here, right? So we made a lot of money back yesterday and had a little bit of a gap down today, but now we're starting to trade up, and we are actually green on the day here at 0.13%. So since tomorrow's expiration, we're just going to go ahead and take this loss, and thankfully we traded small enough where this is not going to be a big loss for us at all. So we'll create the closing order here. Pretty tight spread, only 4 cents wide. Of course, we're going to go in right at the mid price and see if we can get a fill there. And does not look like we are getting the fill. So, we do want to exit this trade. So I think we are going to be a little bit aggressive here, trying to get a fill. Let's move the order up One more cent, see if that one will fill us at 237 here. And now we kind of see the spread jumping. Let's see if 230, ooh, wow, spread's really jumping now. So we are in at 236, I believe, right? Yeah. And the mid's at 234, so 236 is not filling us. Oof. And now 236 is pretty close to the natural price. So looks like we may have to go all the way to the nat price to get a fill on this if 236 isn't filling us here. Let's just take another look, give this a second here. Still no fill. Maybe we'll just kind of sit here. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the price slices drawn on this chart for some reason. I don't know why. But we were short the 63 call, so you can see that, you know, I think we put the trade on somewhere around in here. And once that happened, we got a huge pop right to our 63 short call, and it just breached it, and it just kept on going up. And 66 was our long call, so anything above 66 would be our max loss. And we just had to stay patient while all this happened. And thankfully yesterday was able to make some money back on this trade. And today even, you know, making a few bucks here, up 350. So we kind of don't really see this going anywhere else. And because it's pretty close to expiration day and we made back some good chunk of change yesterday, we just want to get rid of it here. So doesn't look like we're getting filled at 236, even though the mid mark is around 233, 234. Let's move it up one more penny. Cancel, replace the order here, and we should get filled at the natural price, no problem. Well, let's see. There it is. So there we are, guys, filled at 236. And that is about it. So we just closed all our May positions. Now we only have July positions working for us. Oop, I meant June positions working for us. We only have June positions working for us, and we will start to be nibbling in July probably next week. So, hey, what's up, guys? One last thing I wanted to mention about this trade. I did actually make a small mistake closing this trade. I do a lot of multitasking during the day, and as a result of that, sometimes I make these mistakes in the market. And I just try to keep them to small mistakes instead of big mistakes. But here's the mistake I made closing this trade. Take a look at these option prices right here. This is our closing order of EFA today. These option prices are trading for pennies. That means they are basically worthless, right? They're worthless compared to something that's trading for a price of 236. Since they are worthless and probably going to expire worthless tomorrow, I should have just closed this one. And that would have saved me a couple dollars in commissions on these options here. Now, the only one that probably has a chance of not expiring worthless is this 66 call. Okay, this 60 and 57 put are probably going to expire worthless. We can look at, you know, the probabilities in the option chain to tell us, okay, this 60 put has a 98% probability of expiring out of the money, right? So obviously the 57 is even more, not much more, but basically these all have a very low probability of expiring in the money. They are going to expire out of the money, or at least they have a very high probability to. Now the 66 call is a different story. 66 call, it's okay, it has a 92% probability of expiring out of the money. So it's pretty far away. It's probably going to expire out of the money. But let's just take a look at the chart. We're at 65.35. The 66 is up here, and the 60 and the 57 are down there. Okay, most likely all of those strikes are going to expire out of the money, but we kind of like to close the full side of the spread, meaning in this situation, the put spread is going to expire worthless, but the call spread we can treat as its own. And even though one of the positions are probably going to expire worthless, it may be best just to close both of the positions or both of the options together as one vertical position. And that's what Adam and Eli were talking about when they sent out the trade alert for FXE when we were closing this spread. They closed it as a vertical, even though if we go over to the position in FXE, even though we still have this put spread on, right? But these are trading for half a penny, and they're most likely going to expire worthless. So you can see that they actually saved a couple bucks on commissions. They only paid $2 in commissions for that FXE trade, whereas I paid $4 in commissions to close this EFA trade because I closed everything. So Adam and Eli said if I make another mistake like that, they're kicking me off the team. So I really got to tidy up. I apologize to you guys. And of course, I'm kidding. They didn't say that. But, you know, it's these type of small little mistakes that can add up, but don't beat yourself up for them, right? We all make mistakes. We're all busy during the day. And, you know, I just happened to be doing a little too much multitasking today. So as a result of that, I made a small mistake, but I just wanted to point that out to you guys and hopefully learn from it. So again, thank you for listening. I hope you learned something from this, and until the next video, take care.